Sounds good.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Pi Records, and I'm here with Underwater Bosses. How are you guys?
How's it going?
Great.
How are you, Ryan?
Very good, very good. Very happy to meet you. I've been excited because I've been following you for a little while now, and I recently got to listen to your CD, Aquila Vista, and I was impressed with how the album was put together. It really is, it like kind of like rides like a wave. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But you want to talk a little bit about how you put the record together?
Yeah. We kind of just threw a bunch of songs and ideas that we had, laying around together. It was kind of, I don't want to say it was a rush job, but we wanted to get these ideas out and recorded. And I was still living up north, 2 hours from Syracuse here, and I was driving back and forth, and we were just like plugging away, really locking these songs down tight. And then we pretty much did all the recording ourselves and handed it off to our friend Steve Sopchak at Square Studio, and he polished it and made it sound as pretty as it does.
Yeah, I don't think there was really any intention though with like ordering them, so it's kind of like a wave or anything like that. We just threw it together, basically.
It really the lullaby on it is fantastic, and it comes right in the middle. And I don't know how you guys feel about that song, but you have some really aggressive songs, but then you turn around and you have that one, and it was really quite refreshing. I really dug that song.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was I actually wrote the lyrics for that one. That was for my daughter. That was a little lullaby for her, a surfing lullaby.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Before we go any further, I want you to introduce yourselves and tell me what instruments you play.
We're Underwater Bosses. My name is Chris.
Sorry, I'm Greg. I play bass and I sing occasionally, but not so much lately. We're steering more towards the instrumental side. So
I'm Bob Breen. I play drums and some percussion, just starting to branch out a little more in that area.
I'm Chris Stewart. I play guitar and occasionally some keyboards on the songs.
So getting back to the music on the album, it's very it's a wide variety. It's not just straight surf. Some of it's very wet, some of it's, like you said, with vocals and very mellow, but you also have an aggressive side to you, which I love. What inspires you to go one way or the other, or mix the two?
Kind of whatever comes out. I mean, we just write songs. Some songs are mellow, some songs are totally heavy, and some songs are dark, some songs are surfy. Yeah. We just kind of do whatever comes out is good to go in terms of what we do, I guess.
It's a good mixture of our influences, from thrash metal to punk to all the old school traditional surf, and everything's in there. We throw it all in there together.
That's what I was going to say. Basically, it's a mixture of all of our influences. Kind of, they're very varied. Some are really heavy, some are really mellow. So it kind of comes out through our music, I guess, which is good.
It's really apparent that there's quite a variety of things influencing not just surf itself, but like you said, other heavier music.
Absolutely.
And we're just ultimately trying to be the Jesus Lizard. So,
So I want to big ups to the Descendants. How much of Bill's drumming would you say has influenced you in your drumming?
I would say a decent amount. I've been a Descendants and All fan for years, probably back early 90s. I got it. I was a little late to the party. They were pretty far into All by the time I even found out about them. But Bill's drumming definitely influenced me. I loved the how aggressive he is on his fills, and just how it drove the song. And I think a lot of my straight up what I consider surf fills are basically ripping off Bill. kind of when I go into a surf sort of realm, I feel like that's sort of what I'm doing, is going back to like Milo Goes to College and some of those sort of beats that have a sort of surf vibe to them in some ways.
That's I kind of even got that hint before I even saw your shirt, before we got on the call. I was like, the drums are especially aggressive. Even in the slower songs, there's still that hint of, I'm not going to say Bill, but that style.
Yep, and that makes me happy that you hear it.
Bob definitely gets hard.
Yeah, I have a tendency to hit pretty hard.
That's good though. That's good though. If you're playing in a club that doesn't have a good PA.
Yeah, right.
So influences on guitar, like you said, heavy music, punk music, but as far as the surf sound goes, where would you say your main influences come from?
I'd say the Cramps, Dick Dale, and Manor Astro Man in terms of pure surf.
Very cool.
You know, a little bit of Ventures here and there, you know, kind of stuff that's more on the gritty side, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. What I heard a little bit was some muting, which it was a different style of muting than your typical plink plink plink. It was chord muting with the reverb, and it sounded really awesome. Where'd you get that idea from?
I don't know. If you're talking, I think I do that on KGB Tsunami,
Yeah.
and maybe a couple, but it just sounded cool when I was jamming on the riffs, you know, and it was a little bit heavy sounding almost, you know, so it was basically heavy metal without the distortion.
That's his Slayer influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does sound amazing. As far as bass goes, there's a lot going on in the bass. Can you speak of who would influence you to play such a busy type of music, in particular on bass?
I mean, I'm influenced from everything, you know, from punk to metal to prog. I think Chris Squire, Mike Watt, Carl Alvarez of the Descendants for sure. You know, the Jesus Lizard, David William Sims is another big one for me. So anything in that, and you know, going back to you know, the Ventures, the way Bob played the bass. You know, I'm not quite as good as him, but that he's an awesome bass player, and definitely I try to be more like him.
Awesome. So where are you guys located right now?
Syracuse, New York.
Yep, Syracuse.
I'm very interested because I talked to a few bands from Syracuse in upstate New York. Tell me a little bit about what the scene is there in the community.
I guess before COVID, there's a good mix of bands around. Generally, there's a lot of blues. There's a lot of metal, at least from what I can tell. There's some people. Our friend Mark Turley with LRS Records has a record label going here, and he's got a lot of cool stuff going on that we've been doing shows and some, hopefully some future releases and stuff like that. So there's a good scene here.
Yeah, a lot of indie rock bands on LRS, and then and there's a cool underground punk scene. The War Lovers and Lucky 33. You know, shout out to those guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good company.
Do you find that playing with a mix of genres is like a really, really good way to get one crowd into the other crowd's music?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. It's good to kind of mix it up. Like if we play, you know, the shows with the punk bands, we'll even throw out a couple of Ramones covers or you know, Misfits or even Descendants from time to time. So, but it's good to mix it up, but we generally stick to like the originals and stuff. It's a good mix.
Awesome. So pre-COVID, you had an album out on Sharawaji. Is that correct?
Yep,
How
that's
do you,
correct.
how do you guys get hooked up with them? Because that was your first album, right?
Yeah, we recorded the album, and I harassed Michael at Charwaji, and I said, hey, give our band a listen, give our album a chance, and he said he really enjoyed it, and he helped us out and cut us a deal.
You have
So he's been really great. He's helped us out.
Do you have a copy of it right there?
We have the CD right here, and the vinyl is in its final stages here, and that'll be coming out very soon. We'll just say.
Did you hear the test pressings yet?
Yes, we
Yes.
did. Here it is, right here. We're sharing all of our secrets, but top secret right here. So
Yeah.
it's coming soon. We're really excited about that. COVID, it had its setbacks, but also it gave us time to really help us out to sit back and work on some new material and really get our stuff together as well too. So good stuff coming.
I see a lot of people with a lot of kind of pent up frustration, but out of that comes a lot of creativity. Did that guys help you kind of zero in on your work?
I think so. Definitely gave us the time to write new songs and record about. We did a lot of singles last year, not a lot, but maybe 4 or 5 singles, I think.
Yeah, we did a couple of singles on our own, and then we were asked to be on a compilation, the Surfing Kitty Christmas with Mark Malibu. We released a Christmas song for that, and did a video for 95X of us playing it live. And that was super cool. Mark's a great guy, and he helped raise a lot of money for a kitty sanctuary down in the Bahamas. So that was really cool that we could help out with that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then we started writing and getting things ready for our next album. So we had a lot planned. We had a lot of shows that were booked that got canceled, and we had some studio shows and a couple of radio stations that got canceled. But we've been jamming as much as we can through it, though. So
it's coming back around again.
Yeah.
I see it I see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. So how did you guys get together? Having the backgrounds that you have, and why did you decide to form a surf band?
Our backgrounds are basically the same because we've known each other in high school, and we've gotten into the same bands every step of the way since then. So we've all kind of had the same bands. If one of us are into a band, we're all into it, basically. So we've been jamming since high school. We the three of us have another prog rock, math rock kind of band called The Beard that we played together years ago with, you know what I mean? So we've just been jamming all this time in one project or another with each other.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other bands that you're working on right now?
Really nothing other than Underwater Buses. That's our main band.
Main focus.
We always have The Beard. We've been talking a while about doing a new Beard album.
It's our alter ego.
Yeah.
It's our instrumental prog rock band, but it's pretty much Underwater Bosses without the awesome reverb,
Yeah.
So let's talk about gear for a second. As far as reverb, how do you get that really wet sound that you got?
The first album, it was strictly a 68 deluxe reverb, just whatever the reverb was that was on it. That's it. So it was pretty powerful. That was my dad's old amp. My dad played in country bands, and when I got into surf, he ended up giving me that amp, and it was kind of cool. I was playing on like a Mesa triple rectifier, half stack, with it didn't have reverb on it, and I had a digital reverb pedal for a while, and I didn't know, until I noticed, I'm like, man, this just doesn't have the highs, doesn't have the reverb, and then when I played that Fender amp, I was like, there it is. There's the crisp highs and that crazy reverb. So it was just a deluxe reverb.
Guitar of choice.
On that album, I played a Hallmark Custom 60, which was awesome. And I still have that, and I still play it. I've been playing a Strat on some newer stuff. So it's got a little bit more of a high-end glassy Fender sound, that old school kind of sound, but it's still heavy though. So
Awesome. What about Superphonics? Are you playing any of that?
Superphonics.
Drums?
Oh, no. I'm using Rogers
Oh,
Rogers drums. They're pretty old. They're like from the 80s, I'd say. And I ended up refinishing them myself. They were red before, but now they're a gold sparkle. And I bought the old 60s logos, added those to it. I tried to make it look more like an older kit. I just like the way they sound, though. They're really, really heavy, sound really powerful. Like they remind me of something like Dave or Bill would play on, Bill Stevenson. Some really deep sounding toms and cuts through everything.
They're cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And as for bass, what are you playing through?
I have multiple personalities. As you know, most of these players, they're never happy. So right now I'm playing my Fender P bass. It's a 2000 P bass that I've had and beat the crap out of over the years. Through an Ampeg Portaflex 350, and I just recently acquired an Ampeg 212 bass cab. So that'll be my live sound, but mostly when recording, I just go DIN just right into the interface, and then I try and beef it up the best I can with whatever we have. So
very cool.
I think every time we jam, Greg has a new rig.
Yeah, I haven't so I can't decide, but I think I'm gonna stick with this one for a while. This in the Getty Lee Sands amp, so I can sound like moving pictures.
Boom.
So, where can people find you if they want to get in contact with you, learn a little bit more about you? Is there a website, or how can they listen to your music?
We're at underwaterbosses.com as our website, and you can also find us on the normal social media, Facebook and Twitter and things like that, Instagram. That would probably be the easiest way to contact us, is either through Facebook or Instagram, something like that, if someone was looking to contact us. But we have all of our material on Bandcamp and all the other normal sites and things like that. But hopefully people like to buy the physical media these days, and we'll pick up some of our vinyls and things like that. But that would probably be the best, would be through Facebook and things like that.
Sharawaji Records, their website, Sharawaji, and their Bandcamp as well. And that's when you find all the other cream of the crop surf bands on there as well, the Jagaloons.
So it's something that I'm interested in, because I'm new to Bandcamp. I'm not new to buying it, but selling our records on Bandcamp. How does the community on Bandcamp work for you?
That's a good question.
I think it works pretty well. I
like it because it's super easy just to put your music up, and there's no real middleman. You can just put it on there and get it out there and sell it. And it's really easy for people, it's hard to compete with iTunes and Spotify. It's so packaged up, and it's just so convenient for people to just listen to stuff now, especially if you don't have to actually click the button and buy it. You're just a monthly sub and you're streaming things, but I think there's a lot of flexibility.
Bandcamp caters to the bands a lot more, obviously, than the other streaming sites. And you can sell actual merch through there. So
that's
Bandcamp's awesome.
That's what one of the things I want to promote is Bandcamp, in how you just said they cater to the bands, because the bands are the ones who are the creators. And I'm all one for physical media, especially vinyl. But would you say that say Bandcamp Friday is a great way to get people to hear new stuff? Did you find people come in and contact you more often on those days?
Absolutely. Yeah,
for sure.
That's amazing. It's amazing what they're doing. And the fact that it's so versatile, I think is a testament to the designers being focused on the creators. there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's cool too. You start to see some bands that you listen to a lot putting things out on Bandcamp, like Sebadoh. I remember when Sebadoh started putting stuff out on Bandcamp, I was like, wow, this is cool, you know?
Yeah. I think part of the reason is even the digital versions are yours to own. It's not a licensing agreement. Once you buy from the band or label from their Bandcamp site, you own those digital copies, which is I think a big plus for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is there anything else you guys like to promote or add before we sign off?
Basically we're finished recording our new album. And it's getting mixed and mastered now with Steve Sopchak at Square Studio. And we're hoping to have that released in the near future. We'll just say 2021. So and that's a good mix of surf rock with all of our influences. Even better than Aqua La Vista, I would say.
There's a bigger wave on this one.
There's a bigger wave.
Awesome.
Bongos, horns, and explosions. That's our tagline.
Absolutely.
What kind of organs?
Organs, I like a 60s. I think I use like a 60s kind of organ, and then there's like another one that sounds like an old game show kind of theme organ. I don't even know what it's called, but just it's some free VST I had that just has organ sounds on it.
We'll just say they're Hammond B3s,
Right,
we're just gonna go with that. So we have a show coming up in Rochester at the Montage June 11th as well.
Our first post-COVID show.
That's awesome.
So if anybody's in the wants to come out and see the Underwater Bosses, give it a go. We'll be there June 11th.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yep, reserve it.
I'm very happy for you guys, and I love Aqua La Vista. It's a really solid album, and I can't wait to hear your new stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
I want to thank you guys for your time, and I know you're in your jamming room, so you're probably gonna work off some frustration and have a blast. So have a great night and enjoy.